Cuddles for Cancer, which is a great program that started here in Peterborough. And she makes fleece blankets for cancer patients. And she has a very touching story about how she got involved. And we're going to chat to her coming up after the break. David, he's going to have your headlines. Sarah, your extra weather. This is Talk Sports Radio.
Peterborough Morning Drive. Conversation to start your day.
Welcome back to Peterborough Morning Drive. It's my pleasure to welcome into the studio Faith Dickinson. Now, Faith was only 9 years old when she came up with the idea for Cuddles for Cancer. It's an initiative in which fleece blankets are made to help out those who are battling cancer. So far, over $15,000 has been raised and over 700 blankets have been made. Faith, good morning, and thank you for doing this on a school day. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
You don't mind missing class, do you?
No way.
Your mom told me you're a straight A student, is that right?
Yeah.
That is great. Now, tell me a little bit about Cuddles for Cancer. First of all, if we start at the very beginning, what made you kind of want to do this?
Well, my Aunt Lindy from Alberta, she had breast cancer, and I shipped her a blanket, and she said that she got really cold during the treatments, so it was really nice for her, and it kept her really warm, and she said that she was going to cuddle into it, so it grew from there.
Oh, she's looking at her cousin Emily, who's in the studio as well. Emily, get on the mic here.
Hey.
Now, you're a student, Emily, you're a student at Fleming College, is that right? But you're also kind of the co-op student towards this enterprise.
Yes, I am.
What has the reaction been like to these blankets?
People were really thankful that people cared about them.
And Emily, what have you seen in the way of feedback towards these blankets?
I think a lot of the recipients especially and the families of the recipients have been so thankful for just everything that Faith does, and you know, it's a great cause, and everyone just respects her so much for it. I mean, she's 11 years old, and look at what she's done.
I don't even know what I was doing at 11 years old. What grade does that put you in?
6.
Grade 6. Okay, grade 6. Okay. So maybe tell me a little bit. I understand it's kind of evolved in the sense that not only is there the people who are battling cancer, but there's also a special blanket that's made for soldiers. Is that right?
Yes, it's called Sponsor Soldier. It was a campaign that we started in November. We partnered with the Yellow Ribbon Campaign in Buckhorn, Darlene Lukes, and she helped us send some blankets to Afghanistan, and they're Canadian material.
Now, how long does it take you to make one of these blankets?
It takes an hour and a half to make one 2-meter blanket.
And over 700 have been made since the beginning?
Yeah.
That's a lot of sewing, isn't it?
Well, there is no sewing involved.
Oh, no sewing.
No, you just cut strips and you double knot them.
And tell me a little bit about the designs that are on these blankets.
Well, they're just whatever we can get at Fabricland. Like, you can have dog prints, you can have Christmas, you can have hearts, you can have anything.
A whole assortment. Now, you mentioned Fabricland. Is there some great community partners who have helped out in this initiative?
Yeah.
Mom, why don't you get on the mic too here? Why don't you get over here?
You got this.
Come on, people want to hear from the...
Mom.
The 3 Dickinson ladies are now on the mic as Carrie steps to the podium as well. Carrie, I got to ask you, because I'm sure there's a lot of people out there wondering, what exactly is in your gene pool that kind of produced this? Because I'm sure there's a lot of mothers out there who are pretty jealous.
No. You know what? My husband and I, we've tried to always raise all 3 of our children to give back and to be grateful for what they have, and to, it's important to give back locally and globally and to try to make a difference in any way they can.
If you had to describe to me the kind of girl Faith is beyond the obvious charitable side, what would you say?
She's very compassionate, true, and that is her, her fundraising, and there is that side of her, but she's a redhead. She's got a little temper. She loves to be on the stage, actually. She loves to be in plays and dance. She's a competitive dancer, and she dances all the time. At home, in the malls, like anywhere you look at her, she's always dancing.
So she doesn't have very much spare time, I assume, then?
No, not at all.
A lot of it's dedicated to that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Cousin Emily, tell me about your experiences with Cuddles for Cancer and kind of what you've been doing.
Well, I guess I just started a couple months ago. I made the Cuddles for Cancer video, our little promo video. I'm working on the website. I run the Twitter page. And I made their Indiegogo fundraiser. I guess I just do anything and everything I can. I do a lot of the techie stuff. I help out with that. Yeah. It's my rec and leisure background because I'm in rec and leisure at Fleming right now.
Okay, now you must have a nasty cousin story from her. Is there a time she put gum in your hair? Is there anything like that?
Not that I can remember, no. Nothing like that.
This is a question to all three of you, if you had an answer, is where do you see this continuing? Is there an ultimate game plan here for where you want it to end up?
I did audition for Dragon's Den about a month ago.
Oh, at Trent University?
Yes.
Oh, very nice. And how did that go?
Pretty well.
We should hear back in the next week or two. And if we don't hear back, then that means we don't actually get the opportunity to go meet the Dragons in Toronto. But we're still, still fingers crossed. But Faith does have big goals.
What do you want to be, Prime Minister?
Well, my goal right now is to have a Cuddles for Cancer team in every country.
And that's a great point, too, because as I was reading, this isn't just in Canada now, but you guys have kind of taken it abroad as well?
Yeah.
We've sent blankets to, all across Canada, the U.S. Those are the main two, of course, but they've gone to France, Afghanistan, Kuwait, Australia, England, and actually the video that Emily did has gone global. It's just exploded in the last week or two. I think it's had over almost 700 hits, and it's been in over 22 countries.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what kind of stuff is featured on this video?
It's just like little clips and pictures from everything she's done. When it comes to her making the blankets and presenting the blankets and just things like that. Just a little peek inside Cuddles for Cancer.
Yeah, and it shows a lot of the community support too. There's a lot of kids in it. Faith is a big promoter of that you're never too young to make a difference. So she has a lot of kids in the community that come and help out with the fundraising.
I'm really glad you brought that up, because I was going to say you must be overly proud. Young people these days tend to get a bit of a bad reputation as being a little more self-involved than perhaps they were before. But I'm sure you encounter all kinds of younger children like Faith who are really keen on giving back to the community.
You know what? It's true. The kids are they do get a bad rap nowadays. I mean, maybe not so young, but definitely the teenagers are getting the bad rap. But, I believe that if you give the kids opportunities, whether it's in a church or a school or some kind of community group like Scouts or Girl Guides or something, you know what? As long as the opportunities are given to them, I think they'd thrive in any environment. So it's I think it's up to the community, it's up to the city, it's up to the county to provide opportunities for these kids.
Now, Faith, are you born and raised in Peterborough?
Yes, I am.
Oh, local product. Fantastic. Making changes. Now, if people wanted more information, Faith, where can they go? I understand you guys obviously have a website, but is there an email, a Facebook, Twitter, that kind of thing?
We have it all. So I'm currently working on the website, and it's www.cuddlesforcancer.com. Still under construction, but we're getting there. We have our Twitter, which is Cuddles_ and then the number 4 cancer. And then our Facebook is facebook.com/cuddlesforcancer, and they're updated regularly. Our emails are posted all over the place, cuddlesforcancer@hotmail.com.
There's a video on YouTube, Cancer, and then the Indiegogo campaign, you just have to, punch in Cuddles for Cancer. And if anyone would like to donation, they can do that there.
Now, you mentioned there are fundraisers. Is there anything in particular coming up that's planned in the next little bit?
This month we are selling chocolates and Colonel's popcorn.
Oh my. When you walk down the mall and you get that draft of Colonel's popcorn, I'd say
that's the goal.
That's a pretty good sell there.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Faith has done up to 9 fundraisers a month. And it does take a lot of time and commitment. And she does get worn out. She does hit a wall sometimes. I mean, that's to be expected. And so you know what, we've tried this year. Our goal is every season, every 3-4 months, we're going to do a larger fundraising event or campaign. And right now we're working on a school tour locally in Peterborough and County in early May, and also in Toronto. She's going down and doing some mini wee days at different school events down there. And we've got a huge walk. It's called Make a Difference, and we're just putting together a sponsor, sheet that we'll be sending out, looking for some sponsors. But it will be a 1 and a 5K walk. Hopefully at one of the local high schools, but we're going to have bouncy castles, barbecue, like everything you can think of there for the families.
Well, I certainly look forward to keeping in touch down the road and keeping us advised of the campaign. I got to say, Faith, You are an amazing girl, and I'm sure you're an inspiration to a lot of other people, not only your age, but adults, because I find this very incredible. That is Faith Dickinson. She is the founder of Cuddles for Cancer. You're listening to Peterborough Morning Drive on Talk Sports Radio, Extra 90.5.